Thank you for taking the time to learn more about Agent Locator lead gen program. I'm going to run through a quick demo here showcasing what it is that we're doing and how the leads are generated, how you're going to be able to follow up with them in the CRM system, and basically how it all works. So you have a good general idea as to how the system is going to work for you. So for our lead gen, what we're doing is we're managing Google pay-per-click campaigns. So these are these little ad spots here at the top of the search results. So in most cases, when individuals are looking for real estate, they're going to turn to a search engine to do that. So in this case, I'm using Toronto as the keyword. Now, we do have feeds across Canada and into the United States. We can also be community specific. This case, I'm being generalized just for presentation purposes, and I'd be happy to discuss this in greater detail if this program is of interest to you. So when these ads are going, they're going to rotate, but when somebody clicks on your ad, what we're doing is we're driving them to this lead gen site. So this is an automated site and it's unbranded. At this point, these buyers are not going in Google looking up realtors, they're up looking for the realtors listings. So that's what we're producing for them. The page is already going to default to the listings of the area that you're targeting, giving that potential buyer exactly what they're looking for right away. Now, your information is on here, so don't worry about that. There is a contact page, as well as we do include it in the footer of the site. But again, the focus is on the listings. So when a potential buyer goes to look at a property on here, there is a forced registration aspect that's going to occur. So this is preventing that buyer from actually viewing any of the properties without registering. Now, what's fun is the automation. So these sites are automated once this visitor does register. So the first thing that's going to happen is your picture, contact information, and the opportunity to book a showing is going to present itself on all the listings. As well as 5 minutes after registration, that lead is going to get a text message from you automatically. This text message simply thanks them for registering. It lets them know that you're going to start sending them daily listing alerts. And then it asks them a simple question about their criteria. This text message is simply making a connection between you and the buyer, that you are the professional that's going to be providing them this service, but also it's an attempt to generate some level of a response from that lead. Now, don't hesitate if your leads don't respond to your text, because if the following day after attempts of phone calls, you still haven't been able to get a hold of that lead, a second text message is simply going to go out confirming that you have actually sent some listings again, confirms their email address, just as a second attempt, to try to gain contact. Now, on day one, the same time this text message is going out, this lead is going to be automatically added to a listing prospect match. That's right. So all your leads are getting a text message 5 minutes after they registered, and regardless as to whether or not you've communicated with them or not, they're all set up to receive listings from you. So the CRM system is as well connected to the feed, so you can set up not only leads from your site, which are automatically set up, but you can also use this for any active clients or an existing database that you may be utilizing. And you will have an array of filters to be able to modify those criteria when those leads do get back, you have a conversation about their home buying needs. Now, the listing aspect in the CRM system is where you're going to be able to nurture your leads to the point of conversion. So on any agent locator site, the system is tracking their activity for you. So you're going to be able to see exactly which listings they looked at, how many times they each looked at each listing, and then it's going to give you a nice little breakdown here on the side. So this is a great foundation of detail for yourself that you're able to reflect back on when you're having an initial conversation with someone. It'll allow you to sound a little more in tune with their specific needs rather than just calling them and having really no idea as to where they're at. Now, what's fantastic about this system is these prospect matches are going to automatically send those listings out continuously. They don't expire. So the only way that this lead is going to stop to receive listings is if you stop it or they unsubscribe from the service. So that's a bonus. Now, the other thing that's awesome about this is you're going to be able to monitor exactly what these leads are doing with the listings that you're sending them. So a lot of board feeds don't give you that information. You're setting them up on a prospect match and you're going in blind. You have no clue as to if they're opening the emails or how many times they look at a listing. So you really don't know. You're just calling them and hoping for the best. Here, this page is going to update every single time they engage in a listing. So you'll be able to monitor your leads and their level of activity, allowing you to follow up with people that are more likely to transact based on their viewing activities versus continuously following up with a potential buyer that has yet to open any email or listing email that you've sent them. Now, you also have in here the ability to get notifications when a lead is active. So if you're monitoring someone, maybe it's a lead, maybe it's a client that you have, but you want to get alerted to their activity, this is going to send you an email report. So basically, if any of your leads look at a listing 3 or more times, or they favorite a property, that information is going to be sent to you in an email, so you have the opportunity to jump in, check in on what that lead is up to, and follow up with them. So that's a great feature right there. Now, there's several different ways in your system to be able to communicate with your leads. So one is this texting feature. So texting through Agentlocator is set up through Twilio. Twilio is a great provider that allows for communication through various platforms. So obviously you can send text messages through here. These text messages stay here. They don't delete themselves. So even if you pull up this lead, 2 years from now, you're going to be able to pull up all that past text communication that you may have had. Another great feature with this Twilio is that you can mass text. So you can send a text out to up to 200 contacts at a time. So it'll help you with some follow-ups if perhaps you're following behind. You can also create templated texts, as well as you can incorporate auto text into your drip campaign. So more artificial intelligence allows for less human error. Again, picking up the pieces when you're not able to. So when you activate this texting feature in here, it's also going to activate a dialer. So you could actually make calls right from your CRM system. All your calls are naturally logged and recorded in the system. So if you ever need to listen back at a conversation for whatever reason, you have that ability to do so. Now, any communication you're initiating, you do it through the CRM system. All incoming communication is going to get redirected to your phone. So regardless, you don't have to be at your desk to respond to a lead's text message, and you can answer that phone call no differently than you would any other person. So other cool features are in here is email triggers as well. So you're able to see when emails have been delivered, if they've been opened, or if they've been clicked on. You also have the ability to sync this system with your G Suite or Gmail account. So if you're creating a task in here, this is probably one of my favorite features. If you're creating a task in here, this task is also going to show up in your Google Calendar with a direct link to that lead. So no more forgetting about the tasks that you create, as well as you have that ability to send out individual emails right from your Google account as well. So that's more or less your communication aspect. Now you do have a lot of different ways that you can sort your databases and get specific audiences in front of you. Because often enough, when you're reaching out to a group of individuals, you're not going to reach out to your entire database. It's a specific audience depending on what it is that you're trying to communicate. So one of the common features that our clients will utilize is this tagging feature. So your tagging feature, this would be a blank slate. every realtor team is going to want to sort their database slightly different than anyone else. So these tags are little indicators for yourself. So you can pull up an audience of potential buyers based on tags that they have or tags that they don't have. So we like to refer to it as kind of like going to the grocery store. When you go into the grocery store and you're going to grab coffee, you know exactly where to find that coffee every single time because it's in the exact same spot, in the exact same shelf, in the exact same aisle. So this tagging feature allows you to do that except with your database, being able to find them with the click of a button. So that's one of the great features. You're also going to be able to sort your leads based on your last point of communication, the last time they looked at listings, where they're at within your pipeline, as well as any additional buying or selling info you add in here. This will also allow you to sort your leads by that. So a lot of different features in here. Now, with Agent Locator, we are a month-to-month company. We don't have contracts, and at the end of the day, we want each and every one of our clients to succeed using our program. So with that, we are tremendously big on, I think that's pretty much the same thing, but big on training and support. So with Agent Locator, we host live webinars every single day. A lot of different things. So that lead gen, anyone that is running lead gen with us, you know that there is a live webinar every single day. We want those who are jumping into this program to get a good foundation and idea of how to use the standard functions of the CRM system so you're well on your way to that level of success that you're aiming to achieve. We do have other webinars as well, such as website editor ones. We do Facebook training, Kijiji training, open Q&A sessions, as well as we have a coach that helps our clients as well. So she coaches every other week. She does a live webinar for our clients. And Beverly is not an employee of Agent Locator. She is an actual coach. I mean, she coaches top performing teams across Canada and the United States. Beverly has been doing inside sales work with respect to real estate for about 10 years now. So she's definitely heard it all, seen it all, done it all when it comes to these kind of leads. So she'll coach you on lead scripts and objections. She'll call leads live, more importantly. So you can actually listen to her rather than just reading some simple script and seeing how she's directing those conversations, how she's handling those objections, and then she'll review that call afterwards and how she's going to sort that lead in her database and the level of follow-up based on that conversation. So all of these webinars are available to our clients, as well as we do offer pre-recorded versions as well, because in the world of real estate, you may think you're going to be available at a certain time, but when that client calls, you're up and out the door. So things change quickly. So you can watch webinars on demand, as well as some of those coaching calls. But I do highly recommend the live webinars. Simply put, there's going to be other realtors in that. So if there's other realtors in that webinar, they may ask questions that you didn't think of that are beneficial to yourself as well. So that is that aspect with respect to the training. So you may wonder, does this program work? Well, yes, it works. The biggest factor when it comes to lead gen is your follow-up. You have to follow up and nurture your leads. You have to call your leads. You can't count 100% on a system to do the work for you. So if that lead doesn't respond to your text message and 5 or 10 minutes have passed, pick up the phone and try to call them. You're going to have a greater level of success when you're making those connections with your leads, but also determining their motivations. The more you know about that lead, the less somebody else knows about them. So it's really going to help you there. And those realtors that are continuously, nurturing their leads and following up with them, they're gaining about a 1.5% to 2% conversion rate on the leads that they're converting. So are generating. So with that being said, with our base program in a lot of areas, that's equivalent to 5 to 8 transactions over the course of a year. So the program itself is worth way less than one transaction in the majority of areas. So it's definitely a rewarding program. You put your elbow grease, you hustle, you do what you do best, you reach out, you provide a service, and this program is going to start working for you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and if you have any questions or wish to jump on a personal demo to discuss your individual needs, I'd be more than happy to do so.